All right, hello guys and gals. Just had an interesting conversation I'm thinking back on, and just want to talk about why you drill and scalability. So luckily, last night I got my corn interseeded with buckwheat and sun hemp. And very glad to get it done slightly ahead of schedule. Some of this is still like towards V1, I guess. Most of it's V2, I guess. But I hoed it 2 days ago. And we got some kind of wet conditions, and it did a decent job. But then I came back yesterday and drilled it, and happier where we're sitting relative to the fact that we're getting rain, and it's going to rain for a while. So this field's going to turn to weeds, or it's going to turn to interseeded cover crop, or a mixture of both. So I figured let's do our best to try and make it my interseed that's growing after all the rain. So luckily I got her done. I am a smaller farm. Full transparency, I don't know why not, I guess. I farm like 100 acres. I could farm more. I've got the equipment to do it, but it's not a huge farm, so for a lot of guys. Took me like 6 hours to interseed my 30 acres of corn. But I think it is scalable, and also you want to use a drill. So that's the first kind of reaction to people to this. Is this something that's more like niche, small time people can only do? And I'm a big guy. I want to broadcast and work this in. And sure, you could do that on a year like this with the moistures. You could get away with it, but this is a strategy that I use on all my crops, and I want it to work 10 out of 10 years, including dry years. Get it down into moisture. So if you want to seriously consider this, you gotta drill it. So that's kind of a problem, I guess. You're just trying to dabble in it, just do a small scale, and do a drill. But you want to drill, and I'll talk about that now. So I've got a Case 5100, and it's basically got a hydraulic cylinder hooked up to the spring down pressure, so you can just apply more or less row unit down pressure, and it's so that's very handy, and basically that allows you to get it into the soil as much as you want it to be. So it's a problem with drills is the old ones don't have variable down pressure, and they don't have enough, and they're kind of rinky-dink. And then you got the no-till drills that just put like an ungodly amount of down pressure on the row units, and like all the way to the drills on the freaking Packer wheels, and that's not what you want in the situation. So maybe in the next video I'll show my drill, but you want to put down enough down pressure that you're getting the row units into the ground and hilling it. So, you have to understand about the drill, not only does it get your seed in the ground on the dry years, it's also a very good tillage tool, okay? If you have the right drill. And, this is basically what it does is it makes little micro hills. It's a 6-inch drill. I'm just doing this by hand, so you can see I ran over. Not perfect, but for the most part, if you got thin packing wheels, good down pressure on the row units, it's like a little V-plow, and so it's a great tillage device in your organic crops. But it's doing a lot of things for you. And on this soggy conditions, that rotary hoe is not going to kill the weeds. Not at all. And I'm not saying this is necessarily going to killed some in the process of making the trench, but it buried others, and it slowed down a heck of a lot of them. So this is what you want to do, in my opinion, for organic production at least, is drill it. Use the drill as an excellent tillage device, beats the pants off of a rotary hoe. If you miss the plants, it's, much less harder on them than a tine weeder, and you get this cool hilling action. But scalability. Oh, this is just what small farms do. Blah blah blah. Well, yeah. But you could certainly, it's very simple. You have to be able to interseed as fast as you plant, or almost as fast. And the bigger you are, the closer you have to be to planting speed. Because I have a 4-row unit and I have a 6-row planter. So if I got much bigger, that's actually something I'd have to figure out is a 6-row interseeder. Right now it's working okay, 4-row. Though, with the guest rows, sometimes you get off a bit. But that's only one pass every 12 rows. 1 row every 12 rows or something like that. Anyways, long story short, if you run a bunch of acres, you can't, do this if you got the wrong kind of drill, and be a much smaller, less efficient drill for your acres. It's pretty simple. So if I were a big producer and I was taking this seriously, and I know, you're just a lot of guys, if they're even heard of this type of thing, are, aren't equipped, but, could easily make a 12-row or bigger, I suppose, toolbar based interseeder with, I think there's companies out there that make the interseed, is it Dawn? I don't know. Anyways, you want to pack them tight, close spacing, and if you had a camera guidance to make sure your row units are splitting your corn rows, it's a crazy excellent tillage tool as well as seeding tool. And but that's just the reality of the situation. If you're a bigger farm, it's not be something you can do on scale with much less cool drill than you got your high-speed planter or whatnot. But anyways, we'll see with this rain right after. I certainly think there's some weeds that are gonna get through this. But yeah, that's the goal. And yeah, till next time.